Bear with me, Detective Miller. Sir, you had an opportunity to listen to some of the witnesses today, specifically Lieutenant Giaio, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And he indicated that he reviewed the digital forensics in this case, correct?
I believe he said not in its entirety.
Okay. Well, in his testimony, what did you hear him say?
That he reviewed things with me.
Okay. And the things that he reviewed, do you have any idea what those were?
Off the top of my head, no, there was a large amount of data in this case.
Okay. And in fact, you extracted nearly 6 devices, correct?
It was a large number of devices, yes.
You don't remember whether it was 60 or not?
It was in that neighborhood.
Okay. And so whatever data that you had extracted that you chose to share with him, would that have been the raw data that you extracted?
I believe everything provided was in report form.
Okay. So he didn't get into the level of detail that you get into in your analysis?
I would not imagine so. I don't recall raw data specifically.
Well, let me ask you this. You heard him testify. Did he ever sit down with you and ask you to go through your work?
Judge, at this point in time, I would object. I believe counsel is trying to impeach his own witness, Detective Giaio, with this witness.
I'm not sure, but I'll overrule the objection for now.
Okay.
We'll see where we go.
Could you ask the question again, please?
Did you ever sit down with Detective Giaio and explain your work that resulted in the executive summary?
I don't recall if I did it in its entirety.
Okay. Can you tell the ladies and gentlemen of the jury of the times that you did it? What were you telling him and showing him, and how he arrived at conclusions?
Well, again, it's a summary, and I believe at the top of it, it qualifies that it's not every artifact involved in this case.
Okay.
So, but there would be times we would go over aspects that there were questions about.
Okay. And did you ever agree with the things that he was saying about it?
Your Honor, objection, it's vague.
All right, if you want to rephrase it.
Yes. Did you ever agree with his conclusions relating to your work?
Objection again, Judge, still vague. There were so many conclusions we've heard testified to.
Give more
Okay.
specifics.
Say, for example, on January 9th of 2023, the analysis of the opening of the email account. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And did you go into your conclusions and how you arrived there with him in any of those meetings?
Yes, I went through the devices that were involved based on the data extractions and the warrant returns, et cetera.
Okay, and I know you did because you made the decisions, but I'm asking, did you go through that with Lieutenant Giaio on that specific day?
I believe that was one of the items we went over.
Okay, and was that something that he agreed with you on?
There was heavy discussion about being able to attribute activity to a particular person. And I believe I stated that in this field, barring external corroboration, it is difficult to attribute activity to a person, but given that devices were known to travel with somebody, it's logical to look for aspects where dominion and control may have been lost.
Okay, and in discussing that with him, did you find that at that time?
Objection as to form, Judge, find what?
That the devices, I'm sorry,
Okay, that's fine.
did you find what you just described, that the devices were separate from the person during the January 9th?
Again, without external corroboration, I can't determine the actual person behind the device.
Okay, I understand that, but your findings were that there's no evidence.
Objection asked and answered. He just indicated that he could not.
All right, I'll sustain the
Fine.
objection. Next question.
In terms of that specific day, did Lieutenant Giaio end up agreeing with your conclusions?
I would say that there was disagreement over the way I had phrased the document.
The way you phrased it? Okay.
Yes, I'm sorry for the.
Yes, I'm sorry.
And so not relating to your analysis of the data, am I to understand that?
Can you clarify your question? I'm a little
So-
confused.
I'm just following up on your previous answer, and I'm trying to clarify, but the meeting between you and Lieutenant Giaio relating to the January 9th, 2003 artifacts.
Judge, that's not a question. Objection.
You could phrase it as a question.
Yes. Just what I said. Did he agree with you as to those artifacts on that day?
An objection asked and answered. The witness testified that there was a disagreement over the way the document phrased.
Overrule the objection. If you can answer it, that's fine.
I would have the same answer. There were disagreements over the way that I had written that document.
Okay, so on that particular portion of that document, there were disagreements. And my question, I think, that started this all was that relating to the data that you extracted and interpreted, or the characterization of it?
Again, I would say the disagreement was over what was on the paper.
Okay. And so when, in terms of that specific section, was there agreement at any point between the two of you?
There were a lot of things on that document, even on that day, as far as what the devices were doing, I think we were all in agreement the devices were doing what the devices were doing.
Right. But he wasn't in agreement with your conclusions.
Judge asked and answered.
Sustained. Next question, please.
I appreciate, Judge. I'm not sure that it
It was
was.
asked and answered, sustained.
Okay. So let's move on to another day that was a crucial day in this catfishing, January 23rd.
Objection to counsel's testifying.
Okay. How about January 23rd? Did you do an analysis of the devices on that day?
I am trying to recall the specific devices done on that day. Again, there were a lot of devices processed on a large number of days.
Do you have your reports with you?
I believe they're.
Is it all right, Judge, if he can retrieve that?
I think
Do you-
it's on the front. They're on the front.
Thank you. January 23rd, what year, sir?
2023.
20. I'm sorry, was the question a device that I processed on that date?
Yes.
January 2023 would
No,
have
I'm
been prior
sorry.
to the
It would have
homicide.
been, it would have been the artifacts relating to that date.
There we go.
Do you know which device in particular? I mean, there are a lot of devices.
So I guess as a guide, I was trying to break it down as to specific days, but we can use your executive summary if you'd like to, and then go through it that way.
I
Do you
mean,
have that
whatever.
available to you?
Yes, I have it here.
Okay. I'm just pulling it up. Court's indulgence for one moment. Do you have that handy, Mr. Detective Miller?
I have one in front of me, yes.
Okay. So let me ask you this. In terms of all the devices in this investigation, did you image all of those?
I extracted data from all the devices, yes.
Okay, and is that essentially imaging, or am I using the wrong term?
Imaging would imply a, depending on the circumstance, a bit for bit copy.
Okay, and in your extraction, did you extract all of the devices in what you deem a forensically sound manner, consistent with your training and best practices?
Yes.
Did you process the extracted data using forensically approved and verified tools?
Yes.
Listening to the testimony before, Lieutenant Giaio testified that he received data extractions from you. Is that correct?
I don't recall his exact phrasing.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what you last.
I don't recall the exact phrasing of his answer.
Okay. Did you ever give him data extractions that came from you?
Data was provided, I know portable cases and Cellbrite reader reports. A lot of data was provided to a lot of people in this case.
Okay, specifically based on what Detective or Lieutenant Giaio said. Do you remember what you had given him?
Not specifically.
And I think in the previous testimony, you had testified that you'd given your data extractions to the lead homicide detective, correct?
Yes.
And is that just part of the routine of making sure he has the full case?
Yes, it's important to pass the data on.
And did you provide data to Lieutenant Giaio and the detectives in the form of a magnet portable case
Yes.
and/or Cellbrite reader formats?
Yes.
Okay. Did those productions contain the same data you extracted from the respective devices and reviewed during your analysis on this case?
I believe so.
Sir, I'm going to try to show you something here. Sir, do you see something on your screen?
I do.
Okay. Are those examples of the data that you provided to Lieutenant Giaio?
There's screen captures and what appear to be a Word document that appear to have come from those, yes.
Okay. And
Judge, I apologize, it's probably just me, but is there any way we can zoom? I can't read a single word on the page.
Can you zoom that a little?
let me see if I can do that.
There you go.
Much better, thank
A little
you.
better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Sir, what is this?
This appears to be a screen capture from a portable case in a Word document.
Okay, are these the things that you provided to the lead detective and Lieutenant Giaio?
These screen captures?
Or what these screen captures contain?
All portable cases and reports generated in this case were provided to Detective Bryant and others.
Okay. And do you know, were these same items provided in discovery? I'm just scrolling down.
I believe they were.
I'm just going to continue scrolling down so you see them. All of those items? These are all the devices that you went through?
I don't believe it's all of them, but these are devices I went through, yes.
Okay, and are those devices that you provided to Detective Bryant and, I guess, based on his testimony, Lieutenant Giaio?
Yes, these were provided to Detective Bryant.
Okay, but were these the things that you gave to Lieutenant Giaio?
I believe he had access to all of them.
Okay, so you didn't actually give them to him, he just had access as supervisor?
I don't recall what I provided him directly.
Okay. Okay, so he had access, you don't know if you provided it?
Judge asked and answered.
Sustain.
Your Honor, court's indulgence for
Okay.
one moment. Do you have, do you have the portable cases for these with you?
I do not.
Where do they reside now?
Right now, I believe they're on hard back at headquarters.
Okay. And would you have access to those in order to move them into evidence
Right now, no.
or in the future?
I have access.
Objection. I'm not sure.
Everyone approach.
Thank you.
Where we are.
Sorry. Karen, can you see that on the screen?
Yes.
Sir, can you identify those? Or can you see them?
You might have to make it a little bigger. So. Or maybe you can identify it as it is, I'm not sure.
This appears to be a screen capture of messages from one of the reports.
Okay. And are you familiar with the data that went into this screen capture?
Is in the data extracted from the device? Yes.
Okay. And what, if anything, do you see in this series of communications?
I see the item number titled Christine phone, and then I see messages below that.
Okay, and this is what data, sorry. What day is identified in this?
January 9th,
Okay.
2023.
And is that one of the important days in this case?
Yes.
Okay, what's the significance of January 9th?
That was the day the Gmail account was created.
Okay, and do you, what can you conclude by looking at this screenshot?
That messages were sent using this device.
And can you identify who the other device is?
I see a phone number.
Do you know that from your analysis of this case?
Not off the top of my head.
Do you know who was on WhatsApp of the people that were using devices in this case?
Multiple people were using WhatsApp.
Do you know who? Other than Christine, who else communicated with WhatsApp with her?
Juliana.
Okay, in this situation, do you have any conclusions as to who Christine is communicating with?
Objection asked and answered. He indicated he doesn't remember the phone number.
Overruled.
In context, it would appear to be Juliana.
Okay.
And just for the record, I believe you had marked that prior to as defendant's 86.
86, okay, thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, do you see anything on the screen?
No. If you'd like your expert to help you.
Sir, do you see something on the screen?
Yes.
Okay. Can you identify the communication that you see there?
It appears to be Facebook messages.
And what, have you seen these in your own independent investigation?
I would imagine at some point in the last almost 3 years.
Okay. And when you were looking at these, specifically these, what, actually, let me have you look at. What is that?
It looks like a screen capture of details and artifact information.
And how would you extract an artifact like that?
A single artifact?
This particular artifact?
Well, the device would have had data extracted from it, and then that would have been put into a tool.
And this particular artifact, what can you gain from that?
Just what's on the page right now.
So can you go through that?
Objection, he's asking for the witness to testify as to the document if he wishes to admit it. That would be the first step.
Your Honor, I'd move to admit this
Do you have a number for me?
as, I do have a number.
The 109, I guess, if that's what you want to do.
That's the 109.
Any objection to 109?
Yes, Judge, relevance.
Overruled, I'll allow 109 in evidence.
Judge, if I may, it's a document from 2021, and we don't know who it's purported to be between.
I overruled the objection, 109 in evidence.
Thank you.
Oh, now, okay, no. So what number is this one then?
I had this one as 86.
I just want to make sure I get the record clear.
Yeah, why don't we do this, if we can, Judge? Can we make this one 109?
Okay.
And the other one
10.
110?
All right, so 110, subtraction, and this is 109. Any objection to 109?
Same objection.
All right, overruled, 109 in evidence. Okay. I think we're on the same page now.
Sir, do you see the connection between the communications here and the extractions? And I can go to the next page.
Again, these are screen captures from what I would assume would be a portable case, but I don't have the whole thing here.
Okay. And that's 110.
110.
And what do you see there?
Details of artifact information.
Now, when you, do you see the, what appears to be a conversation going on?
Would this be 111 then?
111.
Okay.
Yes, I see messages.
And in terms of the messages, what's the, are any of the devices that you had extracted present on these communications?
I'm sorry, can you ask the question again?
Are any of the devices that you extracted data from present on these communications?
I see an item number and a label.
And are you talking about the yellow or the blue?
The blue, where it says local user,
Okay, and the label on that?
it has an item number and says Christine phone.
Now, did you hear testimony regarding windows today or even days before?
I recall windows being mentioned.
Okay. And in this communication, in your expert opinion, can you conclude a date as to the communication?
Judge, I'm going to object to the witness testifying to the contents of the
Do you
document.
wish to have this in evidence?
Yes.
Any objection?
Judge, I would object. It's hearsay. We do not have the speaker testifying.
111, Your Honor. This would be for, as an extraction that he's identified.
I understand, but there's still hearsay in it is what the objection is.
Well, Your Honor, I would say that this is an extraction through digital forensics, through sound principles, which he's testified to.
Right, I understand that, but inside that, there is hearsay. So I'll sustain the objection as to hearsay.
Okay. Sir, do you see what is described as a discussion about windows?
I do.
And when does that take place?
Judge, same objection.
He hasn't moved it in yet.
Correct.
I'll allow that question. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, repeat the question.
Again, Judge, the objection is to the witness testifying as to the contents of the document.
I understand, I'll allow that question.
What date is the,
It just
oh,
lost
it
it.
just went out. I think I have a power issue.
Can you use another computer?
Is yours? The wing? Sir, the question was, before we lost, sorry. The question was, before we lost power, the date that these communications were taking place.
And Judge, to clarify the objection, he's asking for information contained within the document, which is hearsay. If he's asking about the date they're
I'm gonna
extracted,
allow the
yes.
date. Your rejection is
Okay,
overruled.
thank you.
6/28/2022.
Would this be 113 then?
113.
Okay.
Sir, based upon your extractions, based upon the information that you looked at from Christine's phone, do you recall this?
I don't recall doing a dive specifically into Windows.
Into the specific topic of Windows?
Windows came up much later in the investigation.
Okay. And so when the Windows came up was during the initial recant in October, correct?
Yes,
Was that the first time you'd heard about Windows?
I believe so.
Had you been involved, would you have been in a position to advise whomever was there as to what the content was on her phone?
Possibly.
Okay. Were you ever asked about it?
I think later on, Windows came up. I can't recall the exact artifacts that I looked at, though.
And they came up because, well, let me ask you this. Did they come up because they were taking the orders and things like that were taken off of my client's laptop?
I recall conversations with Detective Bryant about Windows that came up later in the investigation.
Okay, and did you do anything to determine whether that was what Juliana Perez Magalhaes had said was true relating to the artifacts that you looked at?
I don't recall specific artifacts that I looked at relating to that.
If you had been involved when she first said that, or been in the room, would that have been an opportunity to inform the questioner?
Judge, objection is to form. I don't think it's clear, inform the objection as to what.
Okay. In the room when the recant on October 25th, if you had been in the room, would you have had the ability to inform any questioner as to what the specifics of the window purchases were?
I don't think at that time I would have been prepared to do that.
If you had heard that for the first time, as many did, would you have been able to track that down?
Judge, I object to the form of the question. What is that?
Would you have been able to track down information relating to the window purchase?
Yes.
And what would it take in order for you to confirm or deny what she was saying in the recant?
Going through the devices, keyword searches, things like that.
Okay. And in this instance, do you see the writing on the screen?
I do.
I think that would be 113, Your Honor.
Yes, 113.
Is that what was done in this situation?
I don't recall making this screen capture.
Can you look at it and tell whether or not that's a search for Windows?
I could assume it is, but since I didn't create the screen capture, I don't know definitively how that came to be.
Sir, can you see the communication with what it says is Christine's phone on December 3rd, 2022?
Yes.
And the communication?
Judge, objection is to form.
I'll sustain the objection as to
Okay.
form.
What does this artifact indicate to you?
And for the record, that's 115.
115.
Okay.
Again, it's a screen capture of artifact information. Says summary windows, which is highlighted in yellow.
And is that indicative of a search for windows?
Again, I didn't create the screen capture, so I can't state how that came to be there.
Well, in terms of the standards that you live up to as an expert in digital forensics, is this something that you would require of yourself if you're doing a screen grab?
Objection is to form is what something he would require of himself.
The item that's on 115?
The artifact information here?
Yes.
When going through artifacts, yes, I would look at a breakdown of the data surrounding it.
And what can you opine about what you see there?
That it's a screen capture with a summary of windows. There's an email address associated with the calendar. Time zone is UTC. It's a calendar event.
And do you recognize the email that's being used?
I do.
Okay. And what email is that?
cbanfieldrn@gmail.com.
Okay, and is that her email, her personal email? as far
Objection,
as you
Judge,
know?
is that whose email?
Is that Christine Banfield's email?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'd move into evidence. Sorry. Defense exhibits 110, 115.
110 is already in evidence. 111 was.
110 is admitted, 111 was already offered and
Offered
denied.
sustained, yes, the objection was sustained. So we're up to, you want 115, which
Yes,
is the
Your Honor.
last artifact.
Yes, 115.
115, no objection. 114, objection, hearsay.
He only offered 115.
Oh, I thought he said 110 through.
I initially said that.
Okay, so 115 is in evidence. We can go there. All right, now, do you want 112? Are you looking for the other ones as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, let's go to 112. I just got to get it on the screen. Can you get 112 on the screen for me? Because I believe that's 109, 110, 111. That's 112.
112.
112.
Objection, hearsay.
All right, the objection's hearsay.
Your Honor, I would, may we approach?
So sustain 112 as hearsay. Okay?
Sure.
Sir, do you recognize the data from this particular slide, slide 1,
For the record, we'll mark that as 116. Okay.
116?
It appears to be a screenshot of the CBRN920 Gmail.com.
And what's the date?
January 9th, 2023.
Yes. Now, what are the 3 entries there, as best you can tell?
They just appear to be potentially emails with subject lines. One of them is blank.
And the other?
One says pics, the other says pics 2.
And is this the email account that's alleged to have been created by someone other than Christine Banfield,
Yes.
based upon your investigation? And what is this that you see here?
Screen capture of what appear to be logins with IP addresses and dates.
Okay. And do you, specifically January 9th, do you see that login?
I do.
And what does that indicate to you, and what device does that indicate is logging in?
Looks like a Samsung SMG 991U with Android 13.
And do you know whose device has that identifying characteristic?
If memory serves, 2 devices have that pedigree.
Have SMG991U?
If memory serves, Mr. Banfield's IRS phone also has that same, it's the same model number.
And that was 117.
117,
And now this is 118?
118.
Okay. And this would be,
Sorry, Judge.
19 now?
Yes,
Oh, you went back to 118.
I went back to 118.
Okay,
I think I hit 119.
All right, that's fine. 118.
Detective Miller, what do you see here in this slide?
Again, screen capture with IP addresses with what appears to be login information.
And is there anything you can get from that login information?
The user agent is on the right.
And how is that being logged in?
With a Windows device.
Can you tell whether that's a phone or a laptop based upon what you see there?
From what I see there, it would be a laptop or a computer running Windows.
Okay. Let's look at 119. Oops. Can you identify what that is?
Oh, I'm sorry, Judge, I can't even begin.
I don't know if you can make that a little bigger maybe so you could see some of it.
I'll give that.
There you go.
We'll just look down the center column.
Okay.
Can you see that, sir?
Yes.
And what does it show? What does it indicate to you?
Again, it appears to be a screen capture with emails and artifacts.
And is there anything there that can identify what device was being used?
Not that I'm picking up from the screen capture immediately.
And is it any information that you can look at that can identify what device is being used?
Judge, I think asked and answered.
The same question you just asked.
Okay. Or what, how the, what email's being used?
I see the email address of CBRN920 gmail.com.
Okay. And what do these appear to be to you?
Email records.
Communications? And who are they
Sure.
from?
I see a lot of FetLife. And then, well, they moved.
Oh, sorry, were you still looking at that? I was trying to give you something else to look at.
Nope, that's fine. We can,
Do you need to scroll down?
if you would like to. Yes, I see FetLife.
And FetLife?
Yes, FetLife.
And more FetLife? Can you tell from the screenshot whether these, so are you satisfied that they're all FetLife? Just based on scrolling around?
Objection, I think that's a mischaracterization of the evidence.
I'll allow the question if you can answer.
I can see what's in the screen capture, but again, I did not create the screen capture.
Okay. But if you were trying to create a screen capture from digital forensics, this would be the form in which it would come?
It could be, depends on what I'm trying to take a capture of.
Is there a way for you to determine whether these are still active or they've been deleted, anything like that?
From this screen capture?
Yes. I can move it if you need me to.
I'm not seeing a deletion marker in this.
I'm sorry, what? The location marker?
You asked if I could tell if something was deleted from what I'm looking at.
Yes. Do you need me to move it to someplace where you could tell on this screen grab?
I don't think this screen capture has everything in its entirety.
What makes you say that?
If you scroll back up to the top. So if I were looking at it like in a portable case or in actual Axiom or something like that, I would be able to see all of the data fields. But since I didn't create this screen capture, I don't recall if there's any data fields beyond what was taken in the screen capture.
What kind of data fields would you include in your screen capture?
What was relevant, and if there were specific artifacts, I would try to tag them when appropriate or
Okay.
make them know.
And in terms of the FetLife account, in this case, what would be relevant for categories for a screenshot?
I mean, I would want to look at everything.
What more than what's here?
Again, I don't recall off the top of my head what other fields would be on that. And again, this is a screen capture that I didn't create.
Okay, but if you could create any screen capture, what more would you want?
Objection asked and answered. He said he doesn't know what other fields would have been available.
That's what he stated. I'll sustain the objection. Next.
Okay. And in terms of dates and times, things like that, can you opine about those?
I see dates and times.
And do you recognize a range of dates?
They don't appear to be in chronological order. I see that they're jumping around.
Would these be maintenance records relating to the FetLife account?
Maintenance records.
Yes.
I'm not sure I follow.
Would these be maintenance emails and communications?
They appear to be incoming communications from FetLife.
Okay, from FetLife to CBRN920 gmail.com?
Yes.
And what, if anything, does that indicate to you?
That email address was receiving communication from FetLife.
Your Honor, I'd move, I think 119 was the last one.
This is 119. that we have on the
119,
screen.
so 116, 117, 118, 119.
All right, we want to start with 116. Could you move back to 116?
If we can go back to what that was, I believe it was the screenshot of CBRN with the 1923.
Do you have any objection to 116?
No, Judge.
Okay, 116 is in evidence. 117, which is the next one. If you could, any objection to that?
No, Judge.
Okay, 117, and then 118.
No, Judge.
All right, and 119.
No, Judge.
All right, should, just to clarify, should 119 be under seal since there are names of a lot of individuals that are not involved in this case?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is that okay with you, 119 under seal?
Yes.
Okay, 119 is an evidence under seal. We're going to stop right there, Mr. Carroll. I'm going to stop because we're already past
Okay.
5:30, okay? So ladies and gentlemen, we're done for today. We'll start back up at 10 a.m. tomorrow. So don't do any outside research. Don't talk to anybody about the case, okay? We'll see you in the morning. You can stay right there for a second, that's fine. All right. Detective Miller, since you're still in the middle of your testimony, don't discuss your testimony at this point with anybody, okay? All right, thank you. You can step down. All right, so have we worked on jury instructions?
I'm minor in my office right now. I'm going
Okay.
to send them to them tonight.
All right, 9 o'clock tomorrow, we're going to go over jury instructions, okay? 9
That's
a.m.
fine, Judge.
Tomorrow, we'll do jury instructions. How many more witnesses do you have after Detective Miller?
Potentially 3.
3 witnesses, so you should be done tomorrow, is that correct?
I don't know.
Okay,
Could be, I don't know. It could be long.
okay.
I'll try.
All right, we'll see about that. And then you said your rebuttal evidence is not.
Saying Microsoft.
Judge, I think Yes, we have 2 witnesses at most.
Okay, so there is a possibility we might be able to get done tomorrow. My goal would be to get done with the evidence tomorrow, and then have closing arguments whenever we come back from the snow. Have our jury instructions already done and closing, if we can get there, okay? But I understand your witnesses. If we don't get there, we don't get there.
Right.
But if we have a 5-day break in between something, that's what I'm trying not to do. I want to try to get all the evidence in, and then have a 5-day break, and then do closing arguments. But,
Right.
I mean, if we can, if we have to stay a little longer tomorrow night, I don't think any of them would mind. So
Right,
keep that in
right.
mind, to be ready to finish everything tomorrow, if we can.
Judge, we were ready to finish everything today.
Well, I understand that. Okay, if it can be done.
Judge, as a little update, we just were told
I
that,
was just saying, there's a nationwide Microsoft outage causing our email to be down.
Causing what down, to be down?
email to be down.
Our email and our office.
I'm, okay, well, you'll figure it out. I'm not worried.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah,
The other thing, not just another housekeeping matter, Exhibits 10 and Exhibit 16 have the included pages.
10
And I can share that with counsel,
let me
and then
go
we can address that tomorrow.
back to defendants 10?
Yeah, 10 and 16, Judge, they were the letters that it said
That
2
were
out of 3.
truncated. Yes, the letters that were 2 out of 3 pages, and then the other one just stopped after
Okay.
2 pages, and we anticipated that there was more.
All right, so you need to add more to one of these.
They're already done. I'm just going to share them with counsel, and then we'll be ready to.
All right, but 10 was never submitted into evidence.
Correct.
Only
It was
11.
sustained.
So we have to update 11, but we need to update 10 as well, because
We would
it's
need
Well,
to
10
update
wasn't
both.
submitted because
It wasn't,
the one page
They were not
was.
admitted.
so now 10 is admitted.
Once we
Once you
receive
get
the.
I'll share that with them
All right.
if
10
Microsoft
and,
Edge doesn't.
was the other one, 11?
16.
16, 10 and 16, okay, got it, I got the 2, all right.
And so we
So
can
as
do
soon as we
that
get
first thing. Yeah.
First thing in the morning, we can take care of that. I'll see you at 9 o'clock with jury instructions, okay?
Yes, if council wants to send that earlier, I mean, we're still waiting on yesterday's exhibits, so.
Oh, we don't have 82 yet?
I have a video that has been downloaded on the hard drive.
We haven't looked at it yet, reviewed it.
I have, yes.
Okay,
it
so that is
correct.
82.
Correct.
So we have 82 and 83.
I don't have 83 because it was under seal.
Okay, that's fine.
But the one that well, actually, I think I do have 83.
You have
It was the one that he gave me that was.
Right, I understand that, but you have all the videos there. But do you need today's video?
I do need today's without audio.
Without,
And Judge, what I'm raising is the Commonwealth is still missing yesterday's exhibits that were supposed to be submitted by close of day. We never received copies. We addressed this morning that the link that was shared did not allow us permission. So
Oh, right, 'cause
we
it
still
went
haven't,
back
I
to-
can't confirm.
so
that-
82 and 83, you need, can we email?
I can email it. I can save it and email it to you all if you.
That's fine.
Well, we'll email 82 and 83 to you.
Okay,
Shannon
thank
will.
you. And then anything for today.
And then anything for today, we'll take care of.
82, so to clarify, 82 is the continuation of Beckner's video, the second half?
Correct,
Okay,
yes.
we don't, we need to see what's been submitted. I still don't
Right.
know.
That's fine, 82, you need 82 and 83, and then whatever from today.
Yes.
Okay? All right, we can do that. All right, anything else?
I don't think so, Judge.
Okay, all right,
Thank you.
9 o'clock.
Thank you.
All of us